So today I'm going to go over some of my Wrath of the Lich King Classic pre-patch gold-making preparations. I've gone over some of these in previous videos, but there has been some additional information that has come out very recently that has provided further investment possibilities for some potentially incredibly easy gold in the Wrath pre-patch. So first off, let's do a quick recap of some of the investments that I have talked about before, and then head into the new investments as well. That way you can use this video as a complete investment video for things to buy now and sell in the pre-patch. And yes, the pre-patch is actually just a day or two away, depending on which region you live in, but some of these investments will pay off gradually over the duration of the pre-patch, so you can even invest into these items during the pre-patch and you will be fine. So first up, materials from Herbalism and mining. Let's start with Herbalism. In the Wrath pre-patch we are getting access to a brand new profession, which is inscription. Scribes will need a bunch of old herbs from Kalendor and Eastern Kingdoms in order to skill up inscription, and because inscription is a new profession, it will be incredibly popular, and even though people have invested in a lot of herbs, I simply think the demand will outweigh the supply, and therefore this will always be a good investment. I can't really tell you exactly which herbs to invest into here, as it will be incredibly individual and different from server to server and region to region. Plus, if I tell all of you to invest into, for example, mage oils, suddenly that will drive up the price of mage oils beyond where it's profitable, and suddenly briar thorns will be the best investment. So no matter what I say here, it will always be wrong, so just do your own research on which herbs you want to invest into. Next up is mining materials. So we are getting level 70 boost for Wrath of the Lich King, and a lot of people will use these boosts, or will be using these paid boosts to boost up their new mains for Wrath Classic. Therefore, they will need new professions, and the best professions for raiding in Wrath are blacksmithing, jewel crafting, and engineering for 95% of classes and specs, all of which requires materials from mining in order to skill up. Personally, I am investing into ores and gems. Gems for jewel crafting obviously, and ores because they will be needed across all three professions. Plus, if you have any leftover ores, you can use jewel crafting to prospect those leftover ores into gems instead, so you can sell those gems. Now, before I get into further investments and gold making opportunities, I also want to shout out my Wrath Classic Gold Guide, as this is a gold making video after all, and that gold guide contains even more gold making information for both the Fresh Servers, the pre-patch, and Wrath itself. For example, it contains the very best investments that are making me tens of thousands of gold right now, and it also contains the very best Wrath Classic gold farms that you can start doing on day 1 of Wrath Classic to farm insane amounts of gold. By purchasing the guide, you also get access to an exclusive Discord server for gold making for Wrath Classic, where I'm posting even more gold making information, and I'm about to drop some hot tips there as well, so that you don't want to miss out on. To sweeten the deal, you can get the guide for half price by using the code Solheim, so click the link down below and check it out. So let's talk about what's happening on the Wrath pre-patch that gives us some additional gold making opportunities that haven't really been talked about a lot. First of all, we are most likely getting level 70 boosts in the pre-patch. A lot of people will be using this level 70 boost to boost up a new character that they might intend to main in Wrath of the Lich King, as a lot of previously lesser classes are getting a lot stronger in Wrath. This means that these guys will be looking to gear up their characters, and sure, some might gear up through raids or GDKPs, but there is another way to gear up your character that is completely free. Gladiator gear is becoming available for honor in the Wrath pre-patch, and not only that, but they have also actually reduced the cost of these gladiator pieces substantially, so they are actually quite easy to farm now, and a lot of people have even been pre-farming honor now to buy these gladiator pieces when the pre-patch comes out. So basically, a lot of people will be buying these gladiator items to gear up their characters before heading into Northrend, so they can have an easier time questing early on, as your gear actually matters a lot for efficiency, and people in general just love preparing for new expansions. And what all of these gladiator pieces have in common, at least the actual set pieces, is that they have socket slots. Epic gems are actually selling very cheap right now on the TBC servers, as right now the supply slightly outweighs the demand, but when these gladiator items becomes available and the level 70 boost becomes available at the same time, the demand for these gems will actually skyrocket, as people will definitely want to gem up their gear, especially when epic gems are this cheap. While it is difficult to predict profits, I am guessing the prices of these gems will more than double during the pre-patch itself, but you also need to be able to sell them during the pre-patch, as they will pretty much be worthless when the actual Wrath expansion launches, so be careful not to invest too much here. Another thing that is worth mentioning here is materials required for weapon enchants. The gladiator weapon are also becoming available for honor points, and they are also quite cheap to buy with the nerfed honor values, and for people who can't be bothered farming out the entire gladiator set, they will still be looking to at least farm out enough honor points to buy the weapons, as weapons provide you with a huge upgrade before moving into Wrath itself, which will matter a lot while questing. Right now materials for weapon enchants are quite cheap, and once again I can imagine these as more than doubling in price in the pre-patch when the demand goes up. Selling enchants is also becoming a lot more convenient, as you can now put enchants onto scrolls and directly sell those enchants on the auction house, which makes it a lot easier to actually purchase enchants for your weapons. So the demand is going up and it's becoming more convenient to buy, all of which is pretty much setting us up for a huge jump in price. On top of this, we are also getting the achievement system in the pre-patch, and there is actually already a very healthy amount of collectors and completionists on the current Wrath servers, as StaySafe has been putting together a completionist community, working on getting as many achievement points as possible, and this provides a very good opportunity for gold making. Invest into both reputation items and companion pets. Companion pets are required for achievements and titles, and same with reputation items. You can invest into pretty much any reputation items and you will most likely see profits, but personally I am mainly focusing on reputation items that are linked to the insane title, as that seems to be the title that everyone is interested in right now. So yeah, those are a couple of investment opportunities that you can legit take advantage of right now, as well as during the Wrath pre-patch itself. Keep in mind when purchasing epic gems and TBC enchanting materials that you need to sell that off before Wrath actually comes out, while the other investments mentioned in this video can actually still be profitable in Wrath itself. For access to even more investments, I do recommend checking out my gold guide through the link down below. And if you're playing on the Fresh servers, there's some pretty huge gold making opportunities over there as well that I do mention in the guide, and in the exclusive Discord server, as the Fresh server can legit make you so much gold. That is pretty much it though. I do hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, please consider giving it a thumbs up down below and subscribe to the channel for more Wrath videos. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again very soon.